Welcome. Namaste to Devi Mandir, Denver, Colorado. I'm Yamajit, and welcome to this is day 10. Sorry, chapter 10 we're doing. This is day 7 of spring Navaratri, and we're going to feature chapter 10 of the Devi Gita. And our puja this afternoon is also dedicated to Ma Chinnamasta, she who cuts off her own head. So yesterday we did kind of a double event. We had 2 pujas, and we did them for Ma Dhumavati and Ma Badlamukhi. Those are 2 that tend to be honored on the same day, and it was nice to give them each their separate puja. However, in the traditional order, Ma Chinnamasta comes before those 2. And as I've mentioned before, the Mahavidyas represent steps in a spiritual transformation. And so Ma Chinnamasta symbolizes the stage where somebody has had a shift in their life. They've embarked on a particular spiritual journey. First, they are honoring the divine as something external, the guru they're following, the scripture they're reading, the deity image they're meditating on. And through that process, they begin to discover that same divine presence, that same divine consciousness within. And then that completes a great transformation in terms of worldview, in terms of outlook. And so Ma Chinnamasta represents the stage where we've been working on healing ourselves. And suddenly we reach this point where we can no longer contain that divine healing energy within ourselves. And so we bring it outwards through our actions. We act as conduits of that divine energy for the community around us. So maybe we take up teaching. We certainly, it certainly leads to us prioritizing things in our lives, maybe getting rid of things that no longer work for us. That's Dhumavati. Sometimes people will embark on really channeling the divine through their activism, working within the political or social arena. That's really what Badlamukhi was all about. Chinnamasta also represents really the act of seva, the act of selfless service. And then the final 2 goddesses that we'll honor in the following 2 days, Matangi, who is Kali in the form of Ma Sarasvati. So another way in which we manifest this divine power is through creative acts, through arts, through music, also through teaching, because she's very much a goddess of education. And finally, Kamala, who represents the attainment of goals and also the sharing of one's wealth, the sharing of one's good fortune. And I'll be saying more of that on Wednesday at Shiva Mandir for their evening final puja for Navaratri on Victory Day. So let's go right into our chapter for today. So this is chapter 10 of the Devi Gita. Further instruction in the yoga of devotion. So yesterday we read a chapter which discussed bhakti yoga. And so this is the further instruction in the yoga of devotion, sacred sites, rites, and festivals of the goddess. And we're certainly going through one of the major festivals of the year to the Divine Mother. So Himalaya spoke, "O ruler of the gods, what sacred dwelling place here on earth should one see? Which ones are preeminent, purifying, most pleasing to the goddess? What rites provide satisfaction, and also what festivals? Tell me all about these matters, Mother, whereby a person becomes completely fulfilled." And the goddess spoke, "Every site is my dwelling place, and worth seeing. All moments are fit for observing rites. And festivals may be held on any occasion, for I pervade all times and all places." And as I was just discussing, she is present in all things and in all persons. "Yet, loving my devotees as I do, I shall be more specific. Listen attentively to my words, Mountain King. Kolapuram is a great place, great dwelling place, where Lakshmi ever lives." So she's going to go through a list of pilgrimage sites. "Matripuram is the second prime abode, where Renuka resides. Tulajapuram is the third. Shaptisasringa, yet another. Ringula is a great dwelling place, and so is Javalamukhi." Amazing place, I've been there. 9 natural fire springs coming out of the earth. "There is a prime dwelling place of Shambhari, and the excellent dwelling place of Brahmadi. There is Sri Ratantika's dwelling place, and Durga's is yet another. The dwelling place of Vinji Channivashini is most excellent. There is Annapurna's great dwelling place, and unsurpassed Kalichipuram. There is Brima Devi's dwelling place, and Vimala's dwelling place as well, and the great dwelling place of Sri Chandrala, and Kashinki's dwelling place too. There is Nilamba's prime dwelling place on the summit of Mount Nila. There is Jambudeshvari's dwelling place and beautiful Srinagar. Guyakali's great dwelling place is established in Nepal, been there, while Minikshi's supreme dwelling place in Chinambaram is also proclaimed. Sundari resides in the great dwelling place Vedaranya. The supreme Shakti is established in her great dwelling place, Ekabaram. Mahalasya is a prime dwelling place, and that is Yogeshvari is another. And there is Nileshvari's dwelling place, famous among the Chinese. Bagla's dwelling place is in Vayanatha, considered most excellent. The jeweled island is my abode, where I dwell as an auspicious and glorious Bhuvaneshvari, as tradition affirms. So the great mother that we discussed a few days ago. The sacred zone of the goddess's womb is at Kamakya, is a site of auspiciousness. And Kamakya is interesting because there's a natural spring flowing through that place that every so often the water that comes through the spring is rich in iron and comes out red like blood. The site of the auspicious Tripuram Bhairavi is the best known of hallowed places in this early realm, and here Mahamaya dwells. There is no better dwelling place on earth than here, where every month the goddess herself sides during her menses. All the deities of that place have assumed the form of the mountains. Even the great deities dwell within these mountains. The whole earth there is the very essence of the goddess. So think the wise. There is no better dwelling place than this sacred zone, the womb at Kamakya. And Gayatri's prime dwelling place is the auspicious Pushkara. So is proclaimed. In Imeshwara dwells Jandika, in Prabhasya, in Pushkar Karekshani. And the great dwelling place, Naimisha, is Devi Langadharani. Puruhuta is in Pushkaksha, just as Rati is in Ashadi. The great dwelling place, Chandamundi, in Dardini, Parameshvari, been there. In Barbuti dwells Bhuta, in Nakula, Nikuleshvari. Chandrika is in Harishchandra, in Sringeri is in Shankari, according to tradition. In Japavishvara is Trishula. Shuktam is in Amrek Teshvara. Shankari is in Mahakala. Sarvani is in a place called Madhyama, and the hallowed site called Kendara is Devi Marga Dayani. The place called Bhairava is Bhairavi. In Gaya is Mangala, according to tradition. Stutpanpriya is in Kurungsheta, and Svayambhuvi is in Nakula. In Kanakala dwells Ugra. Vishveshra in Vimaleshvara. In Atasya is Mananda, and in Mahendra is Mamhantaka. In Bhima, Bhuvaneshvari is proclaimed to be the dwelling place called Vastrapata. Bhavani, Shankari is proclaimed, while Rudrani is in Avadhatokisha. In Avamukta dwells Vishvalakshmi, Mahabhaga in Mahalaya. In Gokana dwells Bhadrakarani. In Bhadra dwells Bhadrakarnaka. Uttalakshi is in Suvanaksha. Sitanvisha is in a place called Sitnau. In Kamalaya is Kamala. Prachanda is the Chandalandaka. In Kurandala dwells Trishandaya. In Makota, Mukuteshvari. In Mahalesha dwells Shandaki and Kali in Kalanjara. In Karna, Dvani is proclaimed, Shatula dwells in Shukleshvara. In the lotus hearts of the wise dwells Hireka in Parameshvari. These places proclaimed above are most dear to the goddess. First, one should listen to the particular virtues of these various sites, highest mountain king. Afterwards, one should worship the goddess in the prescribed manner. Alternately, highest mountain, since all sacred sites exist in Kashi. One may wish to live there always, ever absorbed in serving the goddess. By seeing these dwelling places, by reciting the names of the goddess without pause, by meditating on her lotus feet, one becomes freed from bondage. Whoever arising at dawn should recite these names of the goddess. Burns to ashes all sins instantly, in that very moment, all mountain. At the time of offering to the dead, one should recite these holy names in the presence of Brahmins. All one's ancestors will be freed and go to the highest state. Now I shall describe the rites to you who are of firm resolve. Both women and men should perform them with diligence. The third day observance, called the rite of infinite, blessings along the rite of happiness and prosperity, and also the rite named bestower of refreshing bliss, should all be done on the third lunar day. Then is the Friday rite, the dark 14th rite, the Tuesday rite, the evening rite as well. In that rite, the god Mahadeva places the goddess on her seat. make a little comment here. 2 very auspicious days for the worship of Kali is Tuesday, which is associated with Mars, and Saturday, associated with Saturn. And very often, Kali temples will be very busy on those days. And then Friday is a wonderful day for all aspects of the Divine Mother. And dance, okay. So in this rite, the god Mahadeva places the goddess on her seat and dances before her together with the other gods at the beginning of the night. In this rite, a person should fast at dusk, and during the evening should worship the auspicious goddess. It should be observed once each fortnight and is pleasing to the goddess. There is also the Monday rite, especially dear to me, a mountain associated with the moon. In this rite, one should take food at night after worshiping the goddess. And there are 2 celebrations of the rite of 9 nights, Navaratri, highly pleasing to me. So there's the 2 major Navaratris. There's the one in usually around October, and the one in the spring, which we're observing right now. Likewise, O Lord, there are other rites, both regular and occasional. Whoever performs these rites unselfishly, just to please me, attains union with me. Such a person is devoted to me and is dear to me. One should also celebrate promenade festivals, such as the Swing Festival, O Lord. One should perform rites of going to sleep, the Going to Sleep Festival and Waking Up Festival. And one should perform my Chariot Festival and the Jasmine Festival, and likewise the pleasing festival of the thread offerings in the month of Sravana. Also, indeed, should my devotee always perform the other great festivals. One should gladly feed my devotees and also well dressed. Maidens and young boys regarding them as none other than me. So these during these auspicious occasions and also in these sacred sites, good time for acts of seva. Without miserly regard of cost, one should worship them with flowers and the like. Whoever carries out all acts every year tirelessly and with devotion is blessed and completely fulfilled. Such a person is truly worthy of my favor. All this that is being pleasing to me I have related in brief. Never impart these instructions to one who is not a disciple or a devotee. Jema. 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 So just to give you a little preview of the last 2 days, the following chapter, chapter 11, will be on very traditional Vedic systems of worship. And then the 9th day, chapter 12, will be a discussion of worship in the tantric approach. So I invite you now to make yourselves comfortable. Just find a nice seated position where your back can be straight and the breath can be full. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Breathing in the sacredness of this time. And the sacredness that is always around you. And allowing yourself to become aware of that sacredness within as well. Acknowledging the Divine Mother's presence within yourself. And remembering your intention. the aspect of your life that is ready for healing or transformation. And just acknowledge that in taking part in today's meditation, you're further adding to those transformative and healing and protective energies, and gaining further insight into the divine and into yourself. And slowly bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Let's open our practice by chanting the Goddess Bij mantra Hrim 3 times. Inhale. Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavastam Gatopiva Yashmade Pandarikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi. Om Gam Ganapataye Namo Namah. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Vairo Shanya Cha Vidmaye Chinamastaye Cha Dhimai Tano Devi Prachodayat. Jema Chinamasta. Om Hrim Namah. 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 Jema. So I invite you now to again make yourself comfortable. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. And just let the words of the mantras and the verses guide your awareness to where it needs to be at this moment. And let the energies of our chanting bring further healing, further insights, further protection, and further resolution. Om Hum Namah. 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 Om Namah Chandakaya. Om Namah Chandakaya. Om Namah Chandakaya. Himalaya Vacha. Kanti Shatnani Desva Drastavyane Mahitale Mukyane Cha Paravai Trani Devi Prayanta Manicha Vanta Vapi Tata Yani Tuste Danyo Savapi Tatsarvam Vadame Matya Kruta Kruto Yuto Nara Devi Vacha Savam Drustyam Mama Satanam Sava Kale Varatmaka Ustavai Sarvakale Suyatoham Sarvarupenim Tatape Vatavaksya Yachinachina Chidato Sayate Srunusvavaya Tobutva Nagaraja Vacho Mama Kolaparamashatanam Yatra Lakshmim Sadastita Matrampuram Diviticham Sarenoka Distitam Param Tulajapiram Trustyam Sayatsapa Surangam Tatevacha Ringulaya Mahastanam Shvala Mukastachai Vacha Shakambarya Param Stitam Bharamaya Statnamutamam Siraka Dantikastyanam Dorgasnam Tataivacha Vinjachala Nivasinya Stitanam Sarvotamotamam Anapurnamahastanam Kanchipurmam Nutamam Srimnya Deva Param Satnam Vimalasthanam Evacha Sri Chandrala Mahastatnam Kalusiki Satan Mevacha Nilambaya Param Stitanam Nila Parvatas Makte Mastake Jambuna Desvari Stitam Tatastrigam Subam Goyakalya Mathastinam Nilapala Pratithim Milakisya Paramam Stanam Yacha Protam Side Bari Vedaram Yam Mahastanam Sundaya Mahadhistinam Ekabara Mahastanam Parashakti Parisitam Mahalasya Param Stidnam Yogeshvari astate vacha tastanila sarastaya tisnam chitnu visrutam vadyanate tubagla stitanam sarvotatmam matam srimachi bhuvaneshvarya mahidvipam mamasutam srimaturpa bharaveya Kamla Kriya Yoni Madalam Bomam Dale Kashetraradnam Mahamaya Devi Sitam Natyapada Taram Statnam Kvachidashi Dharatala Ta Pratima Shambhave Devi Yatra Shakshad Rajasvala Tatraja Devata Sarva Paravamatmakatam Gita Parvatesyu Vanantevya Mahatyo Devatapi Tatrasya Prutive Sarva Satrupam Bhurutta Bhutya Nataparantam Satnam Kamakaya Yoni Mandalat Gayatrasyatya Param Stitnam Srimat Pushkara Miritam Mastrese Chandika Satyat Prabhase Puratrakshini Naimishe tu Mahastitne Devala Linga Dharani Purahuta Pushkarakshe Attadao Chalvatistata Chandamundra Hastetani Dandani Parameshvari Bharabuto Bhavat Puntir Nakulasvari Chandrika tu Harischari Sri Gosankara Smruta Jabeshvari Trishula Satyuksma Chamataksvare Sankaretu Mahakale Sarvavane Mahadambidhe Kedarakye Mahaksetre Devisamargadayani Bhairavakhe Vairavi Sagaya Mangala Smuta Satarupriya Kruraksete Svayambuyam Vape Nakule Kanakale Baba Dugra Vishvesvamale Svara Atasye Manda Nanda Mahendra Tumanhantaka Bhima Bhishmesvari Prokta Samanvatra Patan Mutam Bhavanti Shankare Prokta Rudranitvad Hakotika Ave Mukta Vishamakshi Mandabaga Mahalae Gokane Batrakarni Sayad Badra Sadbadra Kanake Upta Lakshmi Sivanakshes Stan Vishasanusannake Kamla Laya Tuma Kamla Prakchanda Chagalagdake Korandale Trisantya Shan Makote Mukteshvari Mandalesye Sandaki Syatkale Kalanjare Puna Sanukarne Divani Proktastule Satula Kesvare Taninam Hudadambuje Hurulekha Parameshvari Proktanemanit Stanani Devya Prita Manicha Tatatkyasya Rasya Mahatmayam Srutva Puvam Nagotama Tanduktena Vidhanena Paschad Devim Prapujayet Atave Sarvak Kshetrani Chakyam Sante Nagotama Atastatra Vasyanitam Beva Bhakti Parayana Tanistatnani Sampasyan Japan Devim Nirantaram Devyayam Stacharanam Bhojanam Mukto Pavat Pavanet Imani devin manit prataruttataya yapatet. Bashmi babanti papanit tatskyanan nanga sadvaram. Sradhakale patedetyan anyamalaniddveya grata. Muktastat pitarav sarve prayanti paramam gitam aduna kathas yisyame ratani sarva srutrata narva bichar naischava kartavyani prayatnata Ratmanata tuti rakshavyani nivratam ardanandrakyam namna trutiyaya vartam shaitat sukravara varam shaiva tata krishna chaturdase bhumavara varantam shaiva paradosya vatame vacha Yatra Devo Mahadevo Devim Samstapaya Vistate Nrutyam Kruti Purata Sarvyam Deva Nishamuke Tatroposya Rajanyado Pradoshe Puja Yechivam Pratipaksyam Vedasena Tadevi Pritikarakam Somavara Vratam Java Matmae Priya Krunaga Tatrape Devams Sampuje Ratna Bhojanamacharat Navaratri Devyam Shaivavatam Pritav Ramama Evamanyanyape Vibo Nityanai Mitika Nicha Ratane kurute vai ma prityam tam vimatsara prapnute mama sayuzyam mame bhakta seme priya ustavanape kurvita dolatsava mukhani vibo savanat sacham tata krayat tata jagaranotasvam Rahat sambam macha kudyada manatsava mevacha pavitrotsava mevapi stravevan pritakarakam mahabhakta sada kurya devamanyan manotsavan madbhakyan bojat pritatata chaiva suvas sini Kumair Batatkam Chape Mad Buddha Tagatantara Vrita Satanyarato Yajedetan Sumadibi Yeva Krute Bhaktya Pativama Tantrita Sadhanya Kruta Krutyosa Samprita Pratamajasa Sarva Muktam Samasena Mama Prite Pradayakam Nasisyaya Pradastaiva Amnam Bhaktya Chada Kana Om Om Hum Namah 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 Om Hum Namah. Continuing to breathe deeply. Feeling the energies of the chanting, the energies of the Divine Mother honoring whatever is entering your realm of awareness at this time. And feeling embraced by divine presence and power. I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath, allowing yourself to become aware again of your surroundings. Taking another deep and clearing breath, moving your fingers and toes, your hands and feet, arms and legs. Slowly bringing the palms of your hands to your heart center. Thanking the Divine Mother for her presence, acknowledging she's with you always. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shiva Savada Sadike Saranye Trambake Devi Naryane Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sana Bhavatu Sana Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly opening your eyes. Namaste. Jema. Om Tat Sat Om. Jai Ganesha. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Chinnamasta Devi. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. And thank you so very much for joining me this afternoon. Just a reminder, for the next 2 nights, we'll resume our 7 p.m. Time for our Navaratri pujas. And I look forward to you joining me. Blessings always. Have a wonderful rest of the day and evening. Thank you again. Take good care of yourselves and see you next time. Jai Ma.